In this video, we'll be looking at opening, saving, and managing files in Fusion 360. To access the files, navigate to your Data Panel tab in the upper left-hand corner and open. Now, Fusion automatically opens the last folder I was working in. To navigate back to the top level folder, go to the upper left-hand corner back arrow button, and you'll see all of our projects, libraries, and Fusion samples. Now, within the projects, we can create a new project, and we can see all of the projects that we've created but have also been shared with us. You can also, Fusion it sorts the file alphabetically. If you want to keep a file up to the front, you can pin it, and it'll move it up front. So we'll navigate to the CSI Makerspace file that should be shared with everybody, and navigate down to the Engineering 2191 folder and Video Tutorial folder. Now, anytime you're in these folders, you can always create a new folder to subdivide a project, or just continue making parts within that folder. You can also upload parts from other programs or other files into Fusion within this folder. So we'll open up the Toolbox Tutorial folder by double-clicking on it. Now, if you notice, there's a version 9 that shows up in this upper tab, and there's a version 9 that shows up in the File tab. If we select the version 9, we can see all the version histories. So every time we save the file, we create a new version. To see all the versions, open up the See All Versions. So this is every change that we've ever saved for this particular file. If you notice, there are notes in some of these saves. These become particularly useful when you have a really large file and you're trying to segment off with new design iterations, but you want to be able to go back to your original design. It's a nice tool to use. So you can save. So I can see that I created my sketch with this first save, and then extrude parts, combine parts, and so on. I can also see that I was the one that saved it. Now, if this file is shared with multiple users, it will say who saved it, when and where, and that can be very useful for going back and kind of reworking a design. You can also take a previously saved version and promote it to the front. Now, when I do this, it will override version 3 and it'll make it version 10, the latest version. So I'll close this out. And to minimize our panel here, we just reselect that Data Panel tab. So within the file that I've opened, I also have access to this design history. So this tab, the scroll bar here, will roll back the history within the design. So all of those features will be suppressed that I roll it back from. Additionally, if I hover over the feature, it'll tell me what that feature is. So that one is a combined 6. If I select a feature, it shows me what was generated using that feature, so on. So when I go to save this, now that I've made some changes, it gives me a prompt for a description. And this is where I put in what I've done to it. So I've already saved sample 1, so I'll save this as sample 2. Now, another useful tool for saving, you can save as. And saving as is if you're taking over somebody's project and you want to just elaborate on it on your own, in your own file, you can always save as. And within the save as, you can navigate to your different folders with the location tab, and you can save it as whatever you want. Go to 1, and it's going to be in that same video tutorial file. I'll save it. Now it goes to version 0. It's a brand new project. and we can navigate back over to our data panel, and we can see that Tool 2.1 is in here, version 1. Another useful tool is this Peoples tab. You can see who is shared on the project. So anybody that's shared on the project can also manipulate the project. And then the green star here, the moderator star, means I can control who shares, and I can remove people from the project. So if it gets to a certain point, I don't want anybody messing with it, I can remove all people shared on it. I can also invite new people with the invite tab. So that concludes this video.